Welcome to Had a Magical Day, the podcast about Disney parks that's like taking a vacation in the middle of your day. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Had a Magical Day. I'm your host, Scott Otto. We have been on hiatus for about a year. In case you're wondering what was happening, I fell in love and had a relationship and got married and moved. And so that took up a lot of my time. I didn't really have time to do the podcast, but we're back and we're kind of going to have a new format, and we'll hopefully keep things running for a long time on a regular basis. So the idea is every 2 weeks we'll release a new episode. First episode will be a deep dive onto a topic, and then 2 weeks later there'll be an episode just with the latest news for the month of what's going on at all the Disney parks around the world. I used to do that at the beginning of an episode, so I go through all the newsletters and blogs and all these places and deal with the clickbait and all that, and filter through all the stuff and give you just the news you need to use. And then 2 weeks later, we'll be back with another deep dive episode on a topic, whether it's doing all the rides at Magic Kingdom in a day or maybe a deep dive into the monorail and the history of it. And but this week we have our special guest, a friend of ours who was actually our last guest, last episode that I did, and it's Annemarie Ganji. Welcome, Annemarie.
Hi, Scott. Thanks for having me again, and congratulations. That's wonderful news.
Thank you. And to remind everybody again that the name of your business is, I think, is Vacations with Character by
right. Vacations with Character, LLC.
Okay. And for those who want to know the whole scoop about that business, you can go listen to our last episode with Annemarie. But just really quickly, Annemarie, give a little summary of the services you provide. And
well, I specialize in Disney, Disney World, Disneyland, all things Disney, cruise lines. I also specialize in cruising and all-inclusives. I pretty much do it all. Oh, and can't forget Universal as well. And give me a call. I like to help people make their dreams come true.
Yes, and you have lots of connections. You can help get things that are hard to get sometimes, and also explain the cost structure of this service that you provide.
Well, there's no cost involved to use a travel specialist. We are paid by commission through the company, through Disney or Universal or Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, etc. No cost to you. It's kind of a no-brainer. I mean,
Absolutely, yeah. So I just want to point that out for people if they're listening. You can go back to listen to the previous episode. You get the whole scoop and all the things Annemarie can do for you. But I did want to put that out there. This is a great service that you provide, and it doesn't cost anything extra. So it's well worth looking into. So when I was on hiatus, I was looking at what people were listening to, and there's the last episode with Annemarie. And then there's also great interest in an episode we did a while ago about Mickey's Very Merry Christmas. So, well, it's that time of year, and I know Annemarie just went to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas. So let's have her back on and talk about not just that, but everything Christmas at Disney World right now in 2023. This is December 7th. I think I'll probably release this episode on December 9th. So I'm calling this episode Christmas 2023 with Annemarie. So Annemarie, let's tell us about Christmas 2023. And let's start with the biggie that everybody knows about and kind of goes for this time of year, and that is Mickey's Very Merry Christmas. Can you tell us like what's new about it? Anything different from the previous years? Or
Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. It's a mouthful. Very similar to years past. They have 2 showings of the parade, one nightly showing of the fireworks. And there's some stage shows going on that give away free cookies, free cocoa, apple cider. I believe there was some eggnog in there at some of the locations. And it's just very festive. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I have to say, I was just thinking about this the other day because it was really cold here. We live in New England, and I was having a hot cocoa. And there's something really nice about it, especially after you shovel or something, you have a hot cocoa and it gives you that nice warm feeling. And it's very comforting. And yet somehow at Disney, where it's, it's still Florida and it's still, probably 70 degrees or whatever, somehow they recreate that when you go and when you're at the parade or the show, and then you grab some hot cocoa and cookies, it feels just like that same feeling to me, at least.
It does. And it's just a great feeling of, camaraderie with the guests and the cast members, and very festive.
Yeah. Describe the parade a little bit for folks who have never been, because it is like one of the main attractions, I think, is part of the event there.
It is because they don't have the parade during any other time. As when Christmas Day gets closer, they will have it during regular hours, but that's like maybe the 29th. I'm sorry, like the 23rd through the 25th, they'll have it. So the only people that can see this parade are the people who have tickets for the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. It's the same parade really that you will see on ABC on Christmas Day. They actually did a taping of it a couple of weeks ago, and they tape it during the daytime. But of course, the party is in the evening, and it's just so much fun. There's dancing gingerbread men are my favorite, and the dancing reindeers, and the toy soldiers marching, and you just all the characters. It's just so much fun.
Yes, but like you said, yeah, the gingerbread man thing. So there's the normal characters that people expect, like Goofy and all those folks in Christmas garb. But then you have these special things like the reindeer and gingerbread man.
And they actually had photo opportunities when you first entered the party to get your pictures taken with the gingerbread man. Well, one gingerbread man. It was one of the photo options. And they had snow angels on stilts that you could also have your picture taken with. So that was different. I've never seen that before.
That
And then
sounds
they'll
different.
have
Snow angels on stilts. I can't even.
yes. Yes, they're very pretty. And I was actually in costume myself, and we grabbed a lot of attention. And actually, the snow angels were yelling to us that they wanted us to come over, but there was a line for them, so we're like, we'll catch you later.
I did grab that picture off of Facebook. Is it okay if I put that up on the YouTube version?
Oh, sure.
Okay. So for people who haven't maybe heard the last episode, when you do hire Annemarie, like she's a lot of fun. You can tell this if you go look at some of the pictures and stuff. So it's not just that you get, all this planning and all her knowledge, but you also have a fun companion for some of this if you choose to. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I want everybody to have a great time. Just magical time. I'm always watching out for my clients back, whatever's important to them, and what's the best for them.
So besides the parade, like you said, there's some shows and there's also the fireworks. How would you rate the fireworks this year compared to past? Is it pretty similar? Is it a new show or?
It is a new show, but I didn't see a big difference. It was nice. It was very nice.
And
it's not like Happily Ever After, which is my favorite, but that's regular fireworks.
Yes.
The Christmas fireworks were nice. Very nice.
And this, I suppose, as opposed to Happily Ever After, which is always themed with Disney music to go to the fireworks. Yes. The Christmas, I assume it's Christmas music that goes with these fireworks.
Oh, yes. Yeah, lots of different, not necessarily Disney themed Christmas music.
Yeah, that makes sense. And also for people who haven't done this before, I mean, this is after hours at the park. The park usually closes a little early that day. It's like 6 o'clock or so, or 7 o'clock.
Close at 6 o'clock. The park starts at 7. So some of the rides are actually shut down between 6 and 7. They don't appear on the My Disney Experience app. You won't see any wait times. But if you have a party ticket, you can enter in at 4 o'clock.
Oh, what's that? So what is the party ticket?
Well, for the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party.
Oh, yeah. So you can enter in at 4. I see.
The party doesn't start till 7, but you can get in at 4.
So you can squeeze in a couple hours of rides.
Oh, definitely.
Before the party starts.
Of
course, you're dealing with the regular lines at that point, but after the party starts, it's a smaller crowd, less lines for rides.
Smaller crowds. It all depends on what your goals are. It's hard to do it all and that's kind of a Disney thing anyway. You want to, it's a trip of a lifetime. You want to do it all. And you just can't. There just isn't enough time. So you need to make priorities. What's important to you? I was there for an entire week. So for me, the rides were not as important. We focused on the fireworks and the parade. I actually did watch both parades because I love it that much, and catching some of the stage shows. So yeah, you need to make priorities because some of the lines can be a little long, especially for the character meet and greets.
Oh, I'm sure.
They're special Halloween. Listen, Christmas costumes. I did the Halloween party too.
Yes. Yes. Well, that's another episode. Yeah, so I guess the yeah, characters are dressed in Christmas costumes for the meet and greets.
Yes, yes.
Okay, nice. Now that's the big one that everybody gravitates towards, and you had lots of pictures from the other places. I want to talk about some of the other places. One thing that I've found lately, like I always kind of gave short shrift to Animal Kingdom. Like there's a
Mhm.
few good rides I really want to go on, and I'll do like half a day there. And I found lately it's a really great place to spend a whole day. They do amazing things on some of their parades with the puppetry. Can you tell us a little bit what the Christmas like is there, the parade that you had there? You had some nice videos of the parade at Animal Kingdom.
There actually there is no parade at the Animal Kingdom, but
Oh,
there
what do
is,
you call that with the puppets when they're kind of going around?
they just come out and just flounder around and
Ah,
interact with the people. Um, yeah, they the menagerie, they call it the menagerie, and they're the cutest little things. And they come out and you almost forget that they're puppets. They just seem
yeah,
so lifelike.
they're very lifelike. Yeah, it's very impressive. And I will try. I don't know if I'll be able to edit that into this episode, or at least maybe I'll air it as a separate clip altogether on the YouTube channel if people want to check that out. What else? Animal Kingdom. I know I saw you had some nice Christmas trees. If people love Christmas trees that are amazingly well decorated, they're kind of all over Disney
Hmm.
everywhere. So there were a few at Animal Kingdom that I saw. What were some of your favorite Christmas trees that you saw at the different parks?
Well, gosh, the best one wasn't in a park, I would have to say, is the one at Grand Floridian Resort.
Ah,
Yeah, that's
that
beautiful.
inside or outside?
Inside,
Inside.
inside. Hmm.
So like right in
And
the lobby when you come in.
yes, it's huge. I don't know how many feet tall, but maybe 5 stories tall. And then they have the also the gingerbread house there as well.
Oh, nice. They also have a very large one, I think, at the what is it, the lodge at Magic
Oh yes,
Kingdom,
the Wilderness Lodge.
Wilderness Lodge. Yeah.
Yes, I didn't make it there this trip, but yes, they have a very large one because they have a huge, tall lobby, as does the Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Mhm. Another area that often gets overlooked a little bit is Disney Springs, because obviously you don't need a park ticket to go there, and you spent all that money in park tickets. You're going to spend your time at the park. But it looked like they had a lot of fun Christmas themed things there.
Yeah, they have the Christmas tree stroll, and there's trees along the way with different themes. One was Star Wars, another one was Toy Story, and just all different cute ideas for each one.
Hmm. And one thing which isn't necessarily Christmas, but this is a nice secret that I stumbled upon on my last family trip, is that if you really love the Dole Whips and you want to
Oh,
try all sorts of different flavors of Dole Whip, there's actually a little spot there in Disney Springs. You can get like all sorts of different Dole Whips, and you can even get a sampler. And you
yeah,
had like the large sampler, which I did not see. We had the small ones when I was there.
yeah.
They were very big and new flavors. What were those Dole
Oh
Whips?
gosh, I think it was cherry and pistachio, and chocolate and caramel, and the standby pineapple and orange, I
You always
believe.
have to have a
And
pineapple
then,
something in there.
yeah, because it's the standard. But and I thought, in my opinion, those Dole Whips were too big because there's a big
Yeah.
story. There's a big story behind it. I think they were giving us huge. I don't know why they were so huge, but it was so hot we couldn't eat it fast enough, and it melted. It melted everywhere. Oh, what a mess! But it was delicious.
Yeah, it looked really good. Especially that chocolate caramel one.
The chocolate was my favorite. It reminded me of a fudgicle.
Uh,
Hmm.
very nice. Yeah, and also, I mean, also year round, they have like a Christmas store there where you can buy Christmas ornaments and stuff.
Yes, I bought a couple. And there was one cast member who was working the register, and I know it wasn't the real Santa because he said his brother was the real Santa, but he wouldn't let me take his picture. That was sad.
Ah, that's very Santa-like, though. Not
Right?
letting the real Santa wouldn't let you take a picture, I think, right? The fake ones let you take a picture. It might have been him.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, can I take your picture? No, no, I'm not allowed because I can't act like I'm Santa. That's my older brother. I was like, sad. I'm like, oh, okay.
What about Epcot? Was there any Christmassy things there?
Epcot, they had the very large tree. Um, oh, the Candlelight Processional.
Ah,
I did not attend it, but I watched some of it from the back, and John Stamos was there, so that was great that we were able to see him for a few minutes.
wonderful. So is that going to be part of the ABC Christmas thing too?
I don't know. I maybe because he's big with ABC.
Yes. Yeah, I think he's usually like one of the MCs or something of the show.
Yeah,
Is the processional just like around the world showcase, or where do they go for
the
that?
Candlelight Processional is a stage show
Oh, okay.
that they the telling of the Christmas story, and every couple of nights they have a different narrator. And the couple of nights that we were there, it was John Stamos. After we left, Neil Patrick Harris was going to be the narrator. He's usually there every year. So every couple of days they have a new narrator swap out. They do
Hmm.
3 shows a day. It's free. You need to stand in line, and of course some lines are longer because the narrators are more popular. But they do have dining plans that you could have a meal and then get reserved seating.
Oh, okay. So this is
Which
the stage area by the American Pavilion, or
exactly, yes.
oh, okay, very
And
good.
it's beautiful, and the music and the trumpeters, and it's a very moving.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Also looked like they had just, I mean, they almost always do anyways at Epcot, but it looked like Spaceship Earth was lit very beautifully, and the lighting seemed, really great for this time of year.
Yeah, they updated the lighting on Spaceship Earth the past couple of years, and just with Christmas, it's even better.
Hmm. Oddly, I didn't notice any photos for you from Hollywood Studios. Did you not go, or
We did go.
oh,
I'm
maybe I
trying
didn't
to
see it?
think. I think it was a really hot day.
Oh,
We just did a couple of attractions, but yeah, no photo opportunities. I think I got a picture with, or a picture of Daisy. We didn't see many characters. We saw Chip and Dale, but they were headed back inside. Just poor timing, and we
yeah,
weren't there for all that long.
that's
Yeah,
okay. Well, it's interesting. It just caught my attention just because uh, a while back that was the thing to go on in Christmas season because they had the Osborne family lights there back
yeah.
when it was MGM Hollywood Studios. So that was a
We
big attraction. But,
yeah, we missed that. There is now a Jollywood event at Hollywood Studios, but I have not attended. Um, I don't know a whole lot about it, but it's similar to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, only that it's Christmas, and it's a separate ticketed event.
uh-huh. Okay, well, that's something to check into.
Yeah,
Jolly.
check it out. Yep.
All right. I'll look forward to that. Um, Also on these events, particularly the Mickey's Merry Christmas, I know that they start pretty early. In fact, at one point it actually overlaps the Halloween. There's like one weekend where both things are kind of going on. And
Yeah, I think maybe there's a 5-day lapse in between.
so that must be like somewhere in November, right? Probably,
November 1st, and I
yeah.
want to say maybe November 1st this year was the last Halloween party, and the Christmas party might have been November 7th.
Oh,
I'm sorry, did I say October?
no,
No,
you said
November 1st. Yep.
yeah.
November 1st, and then the Christmas party started maybe around the 7th of November.
Okay, cool. And then I think it ends right around Christmas. It doesn't go much past Christmas, right? The Mickey's Very Merry Christmas.
Now, I think they ended about the 23rd,
Yeah, right before Christmas.
and
Okay.
then they bring that all the fireworks. Then they'll see it for the general public,
Hmm.
the special holiday fireworks and the holiday parade.
Okay. So you've done this many times. What's your general advice for people who want to go this time of year and try to go to see Mickey's Very Merry Christmas? It is a separate ticket. You probably do need to book it ahead of time. How far in advance would you tell people?
Well, it's hard because they say it's non-refundable, non-transferable, but if something were to happen, Disney actually is really good about trying to work with you. My suggestion is if you would like to go, I would suggest planning it for the beginning of the trip. And then if something happens, the weather doesn't cooperate, and it happens to be bad weather that night, Disney could possibly let you swap it out for a different day during your vacation if there's availability. That is possible. Yeah, book it at the beginning. I suggest going in a little later, make it an easy day, try and rest up. The crowds get lesser the closer to midnight. So if you can last through to midnight, that's better. Some people say that the second parade is less crowded. And that is true. But what I found is in my instance this year, in fact, the first parade had everything, but then it started raining. In the second parade, some things were left out. Some things they couldn't do and were missing completely. Things were condensed down, so you don't get the full experience. So my suggestion is to catch the first parade. And if you can't, or if there's bad weather at the first parade and things are canceled, maybe by the end of the night, 11 p.m., when the second parade happens, you might get a better experience. So strive for the first one. And if that doesn't work out, you've got the second one to fall back on.
That's a good plan. And check the weather, although these storms can be somewhat sudden in Florida. So it's hard
that's for sure. I didn't think it was going to rain at all the night of our party, and it did sprinkle a little bit, but it didn't last long, thankfully.
So before we go, any favorite Christmas treat while you were there, or any little? Yeah, you see, you're thinking of something. Oh, what is it? Oh, yes.
The Donald Sipper. Isn't it cute? Of course, I didn't drink out of it. It's just for looks. But it lights up, which I didn't know when I bought it, that it lit up. It's so cute. So I just use
people. So I'll definitely edit a picture in there. But is it a drink? It's a drink mug.
It's a sipper. When you buy it, they don't put a drink in it. They give it to you on the side. But it's
because a lot of people just want the thing. They don't want it messed up with a drink. Right. So this is for people just listening to the audio. It's Donald Duck, but he's stuck in a Christmas tree. And even though it's a still thing, he looks very animated and very agitated as Donald Duck gets when he's in
he does.
Yeah, it's very cute.
Wait, I have another one. Now the sipper you can get at pretty much any park, as long as they have it in stock. But during the party, you can only get this guy.
Oh wow! So this is a Mickey Mouse as a nutcracker.
I could get him, Nutcracker Mickey. Yeah, sorry.
Yes. Is that a vessel for any kind of beverage or food, or is it just
It's popcorn.
Popcorn. Okay. I was gonna say that's been the big thing lately. Has been these special popcorn buckets that they sell, and some of them sell out like crazy when they enter a new one. And so that one you can only get if you're at the very merry Christmas party.
Yes.
They've had a lot of different ones based on the 100th anniversary, or anytime they're doing something special, they have these special buckets. But that is a really nice one, I have to say.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun, and it's an adventure getting it home.
Yeah, it doesn't fit. It's kind of awkward, or it's not really fit in anything. You don't have a box when you get it.
No, I wrap it up and put it in the suitcase, and he made it home fine.
That's good. One last thing, and this is not really Christmassy, but it's one of my favorite little treats, and I've never had it at Disney World. And I saw you had it at two different places, and I'm probably going to mispronounce it, but they're very famous in New Orleans. They're beignets.
Oh, beignets. Yes, no, they're very good.
Yes, and you had one, I think, at the French.
Well, I was actually staying at the French Quarter.
French Quarter. Okay.
This past trip, they have beignets all day.
All day.
Great, all day. Yeah, and
but there was one somewhere else. I thought you had. I thought you had one at one of the parks or something.
I think so. I think they were both.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you can get them anywhere else in property.
Yeah, that's what caught my eye, because I was in a batch of other pictures that seemed to be like you're at the park, whereas the other one was just stuff from the hotel. So I must have got confused. But I was going to say that would be news to me that they were somewhere else other than.
Yeah, We have them a couple of times. That may be what you're thinking.
Okay, that's
Uh,
probably it.
they sell them in packs of 3 or 6. I wish they would sell them individually. Oh,
Hmm.
you know where else I got them? Was
Where?
at Scat Cats Scat Cats Cafe? Scat Cats Lounge. It is the lounge inside French Quarter.
Okay, that's what it
Yes,
was. Yeah.
the
I didn't
nightclub.
realize that was part of the French Quarter. Yeah, it was Scat
Yes,
Cat's
it was.
Cafe, and yeah, there's a bunch of pictures there that you had.
Yep, with the nightclub with the jazz players. Hmm.
Okay, very nice. All right, well, someday we'll have you back on to kind of talk about the different hotels and things like that.
Sure.
But this has been great. Thank you for giving us an update on Christmas 2023.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you again for being our guest. And to all our listeners, we like to close the show by, how we do it here. So
Mhm.
thanks for listening, and we'll see
See
you real
you
soon.
soon.